How's it going, everybody? Sandwhichpants here today, and it's New Year's Eve, so I figured I'd jump on, do a bit of a stream, and get this thing rolling. Oh, just got a damn notification. Go away. Oh, okay. So I would like to spend a little bit of ideally move to a swing state. Yep, of course.
So, if you haven't heard, I decided to move myself and my entire company out of California. I decided to leave because California is governed like garbage. The lifestyle has gotten worse and worse, the taxes have gotten higher and higher, and it's only moving in the wrong direction. Well, if you're a Daily Wire member, you know that we take listener call-ins during the 2 additional hours of content after the podcast. Over the last few months, many folks have called in to ask me about leaving California. I loved talking with these folks, so today we put together some of the best ones we got from you guys as I and the Daily Wire made the cross-country journey. If you want to join in on the conversation in the future, head on over to dailywire.com/subscribe.
So, as a fellow Californian, I'm actually really sad to see you go, but I understand. But I look forward to more great stuff from Daily Wire.
So first of all, Minda, let me just say before we go any further, you should come too.
Yes.
Everybody should come too. Okay, here's the strategy. Seriously, here is the strategy.
Yes.
The strategy is California has more registered Republicans than any other state in the country. There are literally millions of registered Republicans in the state of California. If those millions of Republican voters were to leave California and leave the Democrats to their own devices and move to battleground states, Arizona, Nevada, Florida, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, then we'd be much better off. So if you want to do something good for the country, leave California. It's over, man. It's over. The last one out, turn out the lights.
It.
See, that's the entire strategy. You don't even need to go into the video any further than that. Whoa, what is this? Oh, I don't care about that. You don't need to go any further than that. He laid it out right there. He just wants Republicans to move out to swing states to try and swing elections. How many registered Democrats are there in the United States? Okay. 94, 98, 02, 19. 4 in 10, so 40% of Democrats, but less than a fifth of Republicans. But what's the overall number? Registered voters has gone up over time. Participation has stayed roughly the same, 55.7 from 76 to 2016. So we've got 33% in 2018, 2019. We got 33% who were Democrat, 34% who were independent, about 70% of independents lean Dem, and 29 Republicans, with the other remaining 30% of the 34% there. So about a fifth of the country is conservative. So if they spread out even more, they'd lose states that they're currently winning in. and battleground states would just change, I don't think it's very politically effective.
I am considering it. I have a generations-old family farm and elderly parents, so can't quite pull it off yet.
Yeah, well,
But
moving parents
it's
too. That's what I'm doing. My parents are coming with me. So go for it anyway. Ryan in California, you're on the Ben Shapiro Show. Go for it, Ryan.
I just have a quick question. I know you recently moved from L.A. to Tennessee. Is that correct? I just want to see what you think California is going to look like in the next 10 to 15 years here. A lot of these tech companies are kind of jumping. I know Elon Musk sold a lot of property in California. He's looking to move to Austin. I just wanted to see your thoughts on that.
So a couple of things. One, just for clarification purposes, Daily Wire, our whole company, is moving to Nashville. I'm splitting time between Florida and Nashville, spending some time at HQ, and then my family is down in Florida because there's a bigger Jewish community over there, just so that people don't get the wrong impression that I'm buying a giant palatial mansion just directly outside of Nashville. In any case,
Yeah, it's true.
as far as what the next 10 to 15 years look like in California, get ready for the hellscape, dude. Everybody out. Go.
What
I mean, if
the
you're...
hell? Stop double-clicking. I'm not double-clicking it. Okay, so it's true. There is a large Jewish community in sections of Florida, and they are conservative Orthodox Jews, which Ben Shapiro fits into. So, the fact that he moved out, I think that was an optics game, and probably a tax haven game.
If you're a major company, I've talked to more CEOs in the last 3 months who are looking seriously at exiting the state than ever. I mean, it's astonishing. I'm talking about CEOs of major companies that are far larger than my own. Now, our company has about 75 employees that we are taking with us in California. I'm talking about companies with thousands of employees who are looking at outsourcing, getting out of the state entirely, moving out fast. I can't tell you the number of people who have come to me in the last few days and said, like, you're leaving? Well, I guess maybe I should leave too. And the reason that I'm getting a lot of that is because over the next 10 to 15 years, what's going to happen is the tax base is going to erode. They keep raising the taxes on everybody who is wealthy. Everybody who can afford to leave happens to be wealthy. So all the wealthy people leave. They take with them all the jobs. In taking with them all the jobs, they create higher unemployment, which causes the state to want to tax everybody who is left at a higher rate in order to pay for all the unemployment.
That's actually not what happens generally, and there's kind of evidence to prove it. Let me show you a thing. Tax rate USA 1945. What do you know? What do you know? So, yeah, no. Excuse me. He's wrong.
Employment and all the benefits, which means that more people leave. They create rent control in order to lower the rent, but actually end up driving developers out of the business. But then they need more tax dollars in order to subsidize low-income housing. But they have to raise the taxes in order to do that. And you're seeing this cycle repeat over and over and over. I mean, this is how you turn a great city like Detroit into a crappy city like Detroit. And this happens everywhere that liberal governance takes over and has one-party rule. So it will not be a shock if people start to leave California in droves, particularly people who are upper class in terms of...
Hold on. Shut the fuck up, Ben. Jesus Christ. Okay. That's not much. Oh, they keep raising the tax rate higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. To compare. Here, let's say. What the fuck do you know? If you make more than that's a year. That's every check. 5% on income tax. On anyone making 7,200. Okay. That's actually okay. Never mind. If that's every single pay period. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, city taxes, county, okay. Right? Okay, income taxes are... Oh my god. Okay. %3. What if, yeah. Any given tax period falls. Ah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I get a little bit distracted. I don't know everything about tax brackets and shit, but California's doesn't seem like insane, especially since California sales tax rate 2020 7.25 overall. This rate is made up of 6% sales tax and additional 1.25 local rate individual. So on average 7.25. Let's look at Kentucky. 6% for Kentucky. Oh, that's lower than Oklahoma. And Kentucky fucking sucks. Kansas 6.5. Texas 6.250. And see, again, it's not all good because, I mean, Texas income tax rate, no income tax. Holy shit. No state income tax. Okay. Florida sales tax 6% flat. Pennsylvania 6% flat. New York 8%, so right around the still below the Oklahoma rate actually on average, above the California rate. Michigan 6%. So you know there's decently low tax rates in the liberal cities. It just turns out that when you have great weather on the coast next to an ocean, your land is worth more, so things cost more. It's location and capitalism. It's the way that works. Oh, what's another? South. Yeah, there we go. South Carolina, 6%. South Dakota, 4.5%. Wow. Okay.
Of income or upper middle class. And then eventually anybody who really needs a job is going to be forced to leave because all the companies are not going to be based in California anymore. Everybody seems to assume that the excellent weather out here is justification enough for paying insane levels of taxation, dealing with insane levels of regulation, having to worry about every ridiculous piece of stupidity coming out of Sacramento. That is just wrong. It is not true. I mean, we've been thinking about moving out of California for at least the last 3 to 4 years. In the last 2 years, that has really accelerated. And then in the last 6 months, it dramatically accelerated. And my wife was very anti-moving out of California, even though I was paying extraordinary levels of taxation in California. And I will be paying really a lot of, like, the amount of money that I pay to the state of California is unconscionable.
Wait, he's... Tennessee tax rate. Sales tax, income tax rate. No income. Yep, that's why. Of course. Tennessee federal. Oh, what's it called? Federal aid. Federal subsidies. Not for coronavirus. Here we go. Knox News. Tennessee, the most federally dependent state. Oh, fuck yourself. Continue to cite. God damn it. Fine. Tennessee state government is the third most dependent state on federal funding, a figure derived from the report of state revenue. They're the 20th most dependent on federal aid, which was calculated by dividing federal funding to states' residents by IRS collections from the state. This study also says Tennesseans have the 6th lowest tax rate in America. Most federal fund dependent states are, alright, check this out. Kentucky, Mitch McConnell's state, the poorest state, the one with the worst education, and one of the ones with the lowest tax rates. Mississippi, another conservative state with really low education and almost no tax rate. New Mexico, fairly low on education as well. Alabama, I think the last in education in the entire country. West Virginia, West Virginia has its own specific set of things, like having several federal agencies there, like the FBI and the CIA, which are housed in Langley Falls. Duh. South Carolina, conservative state. Montana, conservative state. Tennessee, conservative state. Maine, I don't know what the deal with Maine is. It's like a fishing town thing. Indiana, conservative state. Least ones are Delaware, blue state. Minnesota, blue state. Minnesota? Yeah, blue state. New Jersey, fairly blue state. Illinois, I don't know. California, blue state, and one of like the 6th largest economy in the world. Kansas, red state, but that, good on you. Nevada, blue state. Massachusetts, blue state. Connecticut and New Hampshire, blue state, blue state. So, is there a correlation there, my guys and ladies and inbies? Most federal states. Here, let's go. 2020 election results. We can compare Tennessee, Kentucky, the most federal Mississippi, New Mexico, and Alabama. New Mexico actually went blue this year. Alabama, West Virginia actually still voted for Trump. South Carolina, you get the trend, right? Maine and Indiana. Now Maine, that's an interesting one. And Indiana is, Pence. Montana. That's Missouri. Where is Montana? Shit, there it is. Yep. Now, least ones. Because, Delaware, Minnesota, New Jersey. Delaware, obviously Joe Biden's home state. Minnesota, Jersey. Illinois, California, Kansas. Illinois, California, red state, Kansas, surprise. Nevada, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire. Nevada, Massachusetts. Nevada, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire. All the red states are, well, all the most federally dependent states are red states. All but one of the least dependent are blue states. Kansas has some shit going on that I don't understand. Get that shit out of here.
And it doesn't, yes, thank God. There's good news and there's bad news. One, I'm making a lot of money, so I can afford a lot of taxes. Two, my tax dollars are going to a bunch of causes I completely disagree with and think are terrible and are bad for the country and are bad for the state. And so I think it's kind of immoral to subsidize that. Beyond that, we were even willing to stick it out then. The degradation of the quality of life, the complete shutdown over the pandemic, despite the fact that rates in California were extremely low at the beginning and now are extremely low again and everything is still shut down. The willingness to allow full-scale riots in the center of the city, not...
Riots, and yeah, let's see what's going on here. Protests, but okay, so let me see. In response to riots in other cities, 2020 riots. No mention of riots in California themselves.
Prime areas, but to allow it to bleed over onto Melrose and onto Rodeo Drive, and like there's just over time.
Yeah, allowing protesters to go where they can make the people they're trying to protest against, the systems of whiteness, to make them uncomfortable is how you make protest work, you stupid ass.
I don't see. This was my main argument to my wife. Was like, it's livable right now. It may be livable for 5 years, but 10 years are we going to be living here? 15 years are we going to be living here? And will it have been worth it? I don't know. So I have nothing but dark visions for California's future, which is why, I'm saying to everybody, get out while the getting's good. Jared in Tennessee.
Yeah. That's pretty much all we're going to hear. Guaranteed. You know what? It's 11:14. I kind of just want to get started with the thing. "34 minutes. I've been shitting on Ben Shapiro."
See, you're on the Ben Shapiro Show. Go for it, Jared.
Hey, Ben. How are you, sir?
I am hanging in there. How are you?
Good. Excellent. Hey, I want to be one of the first to welcome you to Williamson County, Tennessee. And we are so happy to hear that you are moving your company here, along with literally about 15 other companies that have enough. When I was in Kmart, companies these days are just picking up and running away from the state of California like they're...
Companies leaving California in 2020. This is a Stanford University, but it's a kind of a right-wing thing here. Yep, of course. Right-wing think tanks and shit. Yeah, that is a deal that I am not entirely sure about. Depends on... Yeah, so it's a successful company that he moved to... Her, Erica Douglas, that she moved, sorry. Oh, so people are just whiny bitches and want to keep more of their stolen wages from their workers. Okay, that explains a lot. And of course a right-wing... Yeah, because, let's face it, about Hoover? Yeah. Oh yeah, bullshit.